And in theory, if you go swimming in the sea, you should be wearing a mask.
Okay guys, some bedwetting losers at a London secondary school have decided to lay cable in their pants because the head teacher put up a Union Jack and made some new policy preventing wacky or large hairstyles blocking people's view in class. Now personally, I don't think a school should be telling people what hairstyle to have, even if I do understand the reasoning behind the decision. But that being said, it is still a stupid policy and reason to moan or protest about anyway, as is moaning about the Union Jack in the UK. But to be honest with you, I think these kids and staff must watch too much BBC Breakfast, featuring Flagshagger Munchetti crying her sore lighty drinking eyes out every time she sees our red, white and blue flag.
Robert Jenrick, thank you. I think your flag is not up to standard size government interview measurements. I think it's just a little bit small, but that's your department, really. It's just a thought.
The picture of the Queen. The picture.
You'll be aware that every time we've seen it every day, haven't we? It's a stock.
Always a flag
thing, isn't it?
Always a flag. The picture of the Queen there as well, though, in the Westminster office, I'm assuming.
Either that or the school itself is infested with activist teachers and students looking for a reason to be outraged. Both are obviously possible. But I should and will say well done to the headmaster, Daniel Smith, for flying the flag proudly. Don't let them stop you loving this country as we all do. Now following on from this, the staff and students are planning to strike, with 30 teachers apparently quitting at the end of the year for various reasons also. Hopefully that means they will leave the profession entirely, because that will be possibly 30 less Marxists indoctrinating kids in our schools. But aside from that, the actions here prove to me they are all unpatriotic tosspots, which naturally the Guardian has picked up on. So let's see what woke lefty crap they're promoting in that one, shall we? It headlines: Turmoil at London School, hit by flag and hairstyle row. A London secondary school that has been criticised for changes to its policies and curriculum for a strict new uniform policy is in turmoil, facing mass staff resignations, a student protest and a vote of no confidence in its head teacher. They are putting a vote of no confidence in a teacher simply because he's done something they don't like and actually loves this country. Can you imagine that? Actually, at this point, it's kind of par for the course, as I said with Flagshagger Munchetti earlier. It says one teacher predicts a mass exodus of staff at Pimlico Academy, with up to 30 members due to leave at the end of the year. Students are also planning a large protest to be held in the school grounds on Wednesday morning, so apparently they've already done it, but at this point I haven't seen anything on that. It says the National Education Union, which represents teachers at the school, was holding a vote of no confidence on Tuesday night in the Academy's new principal-designate Daniel Smith, and taking an informal vote on whether to pursue strike action. So there you see him taking an informal vote on whether to start sitting there not doing the fucking job that they're paid to do. Why does this not surprise me with public sector workers at this point? It says the Guardian exclusively revealed last week that students, parents and some staff at the Central London Academy were angry over hairstyles and hijab rules and changes to its history curriculum. Well, let's be honest here, changes to the curriculum is usually what these woke lefty tosspots are trying to do, so fuck knows what they must have changed there. Maybe they changed it back to how it should have been. It says here on Wednesday morning, children are expected to stage a sit-down protest in the school grounds, refusing to go to their lessons. On Tuesday morning, a member of the senior leadership team asked pupils to cancel the protest, but pupils said it made them even more determined to take action, and obviously they don't mind taking half the day off school, do they? It says, we believe the school has unfairly targeted groups of students. Of course they bloody ain't. The school should protect marginalised races, religions and other groups instead of targeting them. We should see ourselves and our backgrounds represented in our studies, one pupil said. No, you should see what you need to learn to become better at whatever it is you plan to do in the fucking future. Everything else is kind of irrelevant when you're supposed to be learning, so you're not a complete and utter dipshit. The curriculum as it is already woke enough, so let's be honest, we don't need any more of this bullshit. And as you know, with these activist types, it's not anything that's even based in fucking reality, is it? It says the pupil called for urgent change, saying some students at the school felt outraged there was allegedly no recognition of the Black Lives Matter movement or Black History Month, and that concerns about the placement of the Union Jack flag had been repeatedly ignored, because obviously you've got no right to demand it's taken down. Shut your fucking mouth and get on with the lessons, you useless bunch of tosspots. The flag has become a symbol of us not being listened to. It's strange, but we feels like we are being colonised, she said, because obviously she's a woke lefty tosspot that's trying to push a fucking narrative. You are not being colonised at all. Let's be honest, it's just a flag on a government-funded fucking building. There should have been one there always, and there should be one on every school as it is. The fact that you say that doesn't represent you maybe means you should take a good look at your fucking self and what the fuck you're actually doing. If a flag really offends you that much, then you're going to have some serious problems when you go out into the big bad world, let me tell tell you. It said in September many students expected assemblies in the light of the Black Lives Matter movement to show solidarity and support for black students and obviously Marxists everywhere, but they were disappointed. Instead, students were told to form a club to discuss their experiences rather than uplifting the voices of black students, she added. In other words, they all wanted to be put on a pedestal. They didn't want to sit there and do anything other than that. What a bunch of woke lefty tosspots just jumping on the fucking bandwagon if you ask me. And as a matter of fact, I ain't even going through any more of it. It's just more of the Guardian's lefty bullshit. I'll probably link it down below if I remember, but let's be honest, it's just a load of old bollocks anyway. As I said though, well done to the teacher for sticking the flag up. That is what it should be. As I said, they should literally be on every single flagpole outside of a school. Every school in the country should have at least one up. Shit, I'd even make an argument for having a flag in every single classroom, but maybe then you're just taking the piss and going over the top. Either way, you know the Guardian's reporting on this because it's a complete load of bollocks, and exactly the sort of shit you would expect from the woke lefty tosspots that work there. Now as always guys, check out the channel's other social media links down below like BitChute and Odyssey, and I'll see you all in the next one.